What's going on YouTube? Dave back again, and today we're going to be taking a look at some photo etch. So I thought, I've been asked quite a few times to do a tutorial on photo etching, and I figured, hey, why not do it with the photo etch that comes with the Pefect Grade Millennium Falcon. I also have coming up a photo etch set for this guy, so I'm looking forward to showing you that. It finally came in, so I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to place that and what it looks like for that, and that's going to be for a USA Gundam store. So for things like this, these are really thin. So the good part about that is you don't need any special nippers. They do make special photo etch scissors, but you don't really need them for this. It's so thin and it's not going to damage your nippers. You can see right here, there's these little tabs holding the piece in. They are really thin. They are really flexible. So all you really want to do is just get that nipper in, crimp, and then twist a little bit. Not too hard because you don't want to damage the etch, but as you can see, it is pretty flexible. But just take, twist, and flip. Same way, I already started doing this and I thought, you know what, I might as well make a video out of this. So just nip, and twist. And otherwise, if you don't twist properly, you'll get that. So it didn't fully separate, and you could just kind of wiggle and twist it, but we're just going to nip it completely through. Now, the only photo etch parts that I haven't done on the Falcon yet was this. I just put the plastic pieces in because the way it's together, and I plan on doing the cockpit a little more detail. I didn't want to keep bending this back and forth and damage it, so I decided to set that aside for later. Now, as you can see, we have the grill parts for the engine on the Falcon, and these look pretty good. Now, here is the back side of the Falcon. This is the engine compartment, and this is the only thing I have left to do on it. And then I can film the top section all put together and then do the full review on it. Unfortunately, there's about 6 or 7 pages of parts that go on this alone. There are a ton of parts that go on here, so that'll probably take me the rest of the night to do, and I'll probably have that video up for you guys sometime on Monday, Tuesday. So taking a look at the slots here, the only things that you're going to need for this project are going to be a couple of toothpicks, some Instacure super glue, some tweezers, and I'm just using an old baggie to put some super glue on. So what we're going to do is just put, it doesn't take very much, just a couple drops of super glue on the baggie. Make sure and keep that separated from everything else so you don't get it on anything. Now, on some pieces, you'll notice that there are little metal nubs on here. They make files. This is a diamond file, and it is intended for easily removing those. You just want to securely hold it so that it doesn't flex, and just lightly scrape it across that section, and it will make quick work of it. I'm not too worried about that with this because there is enough play in there that it'll fit in there with those nubs with no issues. Now, one of the things you'll notice is there's flat sections here, and inside of here there's corresponding flat sections. That way you can make sure and get it even. One of the first things we're going to do is get some super glue onto our toothpick, and you're just going to dab it. You just want it on the very tip. You just kind of want to dab it into that groove where it's going. You don't have to do it all the way around, but enough that it's going to hold that into place. And some people will actually just do all these at one shot and then lay them in. I prefer just doing one at a time. That way I can make sure if there's a distraction or anything ends up happening, I don't end up messing up or forgetting one, and then you get the glue buildup. Now, what you're going to want to do, just take your tweezers, line up that little spot. It should be right about there. And just kind of drop it in there, and it should sit evenly. Just flip it over to just kind of take a look, make sure, and you just let it sit. Don't mess with it. All right, boys and girls, here's what it's going to look like with everything all placed in. You do want to just kind of run your finger along the edges on the back side once you get them in place, just to make sure that they're fit nice and smoothly in that groove. You can see this gives, I think, a lot better detail than just having the plastic ones in there, but that's up to your liking because both parts are included in this. It was a pleasure showing you guys this. This was one of the simpler ways of doing photo etch. I mean, it was pretty much just glue and place in the slots. The next set that I have is going to be more complicated because it's going to be showing you how to fold, fit, things like that. Some people recommend using an epoxy glue. I just use super glue. And I already know some people have already asked, can't you just use like Tamiya extra thin? Well, the problem is that doesn't stick to the metal. But at the same time, super glue sometimes has problems sticking to the plastic. So what I do, the reason I only did the 4 spots is once this cures and everything, I'm going to run a bead of the Tamiya extra thin around the edge. That way it kind of, not only is it secured by the super glue, but then it's also kind of molded in with the plastic and it's all set and good to go. It won't ever go anywhere. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely click that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click the bell notification so hopefully maybe YouTube will notify you when I post up. Next time you see this piece, it should have a bunch of bits attached to it. Until next time, I will see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, YouTube.